Hi, welcome to another video from Where Are We Today series. Today, we are gonna talk about flying taxi market and where it stands today. Before the end of this century, if anyone would have told you that by 2020 you would be able to travel across the city in a flying car, then you probably would not have believed them. There is a lot of fuss about this topic, but we have to admit that we are at the start of flying car era and they perhaps will become a reality soon. The idea of flying taxis originated with the possibility of flying cars. First flying car design goes back to early 1930s when aviation pioneer Waldo Waterman made Aerobill, a revolutionary flying car. There were several attempts made in the 20th century to have a vehicle that could fly as well as ride well on the road. One another design was Aerocar, designed by Moulton Taylor. But due to safety concerns and since the market was not ready for flying cars, all preliminary ideas of the 20th century could not be materialized. However, the scenario is different today. With increasing population and large number of cars on the road, urban travel is a time-consuming activity, and people have to wait for long in traffic jams. Moreover, we have the technology to make private flights safer and affordable. With the market for urban air mobility expected to reach $1.5 trillion by 2040, many companies are investing in flying taxi market. The most notable mention is Uber. The company has heavily invested in its project Elevate, which is developing vertical takeoff and landing vehicles that are autonomously driven. Uber expects to start a pilot air cab service by 2023. Uber's idea is to make a network of air taxis that would be supplied by major manufacturing companies like Hyundai, Bell Helicopters, and startups like Aurora. The Air's taxi service would support the cab business of the company. Airbus has its own in-company startup team working on Project Vahana, which is focused on personal electric VTOL aircrafts. The team is working on single-seater aircraft that will help them learn crucial lessons of electric power, autonomous flight controls, and aerodynamics. This would eventually be used for further developing four-seater aircrafts. There are also smaller players involved, like Munich-based Lilium that is developing its 5-seater fully electric VTOL plane. The company plans to start its own air cab service like Uber from 2025. Another promising German startup is Volocopter, that is backed by investments from Daimler and Volvo's parent company Geely. The company has already made demonstration flights in crowded cities like Singapore and Dubai. Although many big names like Toyota and Boeing are also involved in making flying taxis a reality, the integration with air traffic control, autonomous driving, and noise pollution from this vehicle are the main challenges for these companies. With established aerospace industry players and numerous startup ventures like Slovakia-based Aeromobil that are eagerly waiting to get their designs certified for safety and other parameters, we hope to fly in a taxi cutting the traffic across major metropolitans across the world soon in the near future.